What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Hanging with Hillbilly. I am Hillbilly Stomp. Today I'm going to react to a video by up-and-coming future star, mark my words, future star Oliver Anthony. I just reacted to a video of his a couple days ago, Richmond, north of Richmond. An amazing tune. Go check it out. You can check it out. My review of it here on Hanging with Hillbilly, and be sure and check out the full unedited version of the song as well. It's really amazing. I believe it was put out by Radio West Virginia, Radio WV. So be sure and check that out. But I wanted to do this video. It looks like he's kind of giving us an intro to who is Oliver Anthony. He put out a video back on August the 7th, I believe. It's a pleasure to meet you. So we're going to get into this video and see what it's all about. But if you're into gaming, horror gaming, iRacing, just gaming in general, be sure and check out my channel, GamerTube Elite, over here on YouTube. Get all your gaming needs taken care of there as far as good content, several laughs. Be forewarned that it is a little explicit in nature with some of the language because there's quite a few jump scares with the horror games that we play. A lot of co-op stuff going on over there. But be sure and check that out. But now back to Hanging with Hillbilly. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you too, Oliver Anthony. Here we go.
Hey.
Hey.
It's August the 7th, 2023. And as of this recording, tomorrow on Tuesday, Radio WV is going to upload the debut of Richmond, north of Richmond. And it's going to be the first song
Stellar song.
that's
Stellar.
been recorded on a real microphone and a real camera, and not just on my cell phone. And Lord willing, it's going to get some traffic, and maybe
it got a lot of traffic.
You're going to drift your way over here, and I thought I'd
Tons
have
of
kind of
traffic.
an introduction video on what it is I'm aiming to do here. So, I've been playing a long time and singing. I really started to write my own music back in 2021. Things were obviously not good for a lot of people, and in some respects I was one of those people, and I had wasted a lot of nights getting high and getting drunk, and I had sort of gotten to a point in my life where even things that I did care about didn't mean anything to me anymore. And I mean, this is certainly...
So that happened to a lot of people during COVID. You know, they turned to drugs and alcohol, kind of, I guess, passed the days by to get through this. You know, a lot of people were scared. A lot of things were happening. If you find yourself in an issue with, or having an issue, still dealing with an issue of substance abuse or depression or whatever, just seek help, reach out, you know, ask a friend, someone you can confide in, someone you can trust, and take care of yourself, folks.
Sort of gotten to a point in my life where even things that I did care about didn't mean anything to me anymore. And I mean, this is certainly no Dr. Phil episode, but I found an outlet in this music, and I started uploading a couple songs, and you know, Ain't Got a Dollar I uploaded spring of last year, and then Rich Man's Gold, Cobwebs and Cocaine, and
check
the
this
list
out.
goes on from there. And there's probably been about a dozen or so originals that I've put out just off my...
All right, I got to point out, you know, he said he named one of his songs Cobwebs and Cocaine, and then he reaches up and does this with his nose. I don't think there's anything to that, but I just found it kind of ironic.
Spring of last year, and then Rich Man's Gold, Cobwebs and Cocaine, and the list goes on from there. And there's probably been about a dozen or so originals that I've put out. Just
not really funny, but
I started getting messages from people saying like how much the music was helping them, and you know, with their struggles in their lives, and that they'd been sitting on the back porch listening to me for the last hour. And it just I don't know, it really gave me a purpose. It made me feel like I wasn't just wasting my time. And so anyway, kind of in the last roller coaster of the last year, I have decided that this is going to be what I do.
And he should do it. I mean, if you haven't heard, again, if you'd like to, go ahead and go check out the other video and then come back to this one. He's a talent. He's definitely got it going on.
At all costs, no matter what, I'm going to I'm going to write, create, and produce as much original, authentic music as I can, in the hopes that it'll at least help somebody out there that needs it. And I know we're living in dark times, and I know that this is really just the beginning of what's to come. And there's a lot of beautiful people in this world, and I meet a lot of awesome people every day. Even back when I did work in the factory, you know, I sing about selling my soul, and and I am a ginger, so I don't know if I have a soul to sell or not. But I met a lot of good people even back then, working third shift, 12 hours, 6 days a week, and now I spend a lot of time on job sites, and I meet people from all across the country. And the universal thing I see is that it's like no matter how hard they push and how much effort they put into whatever it is they're doing, they just can't quite get ahead because the dollar's not worth enough. It's being overtaxed. People are just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Oh,
and
that's a fact.
So yeah, I want to be a voice for those people, and not just them, just humans in general, and some of the struggles and the battles that they go through. And there'll be a lot of positive songs on here too, and there already are some, you know, 90-some Chevy and Between You and Me, and I mean, even Ain't Got a Dollar. Those are going to be fun songs.
Glad to hear he's a Chevy man.
More like that. But,
Chevy man here.
I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and hopefully you like what you hear. My email is oliveranthonymusic@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'll speak a few minutes on Richmond, north of Richmond, and then we'll hang this thing up. I don't want to chatter too long to you, but Richmond, north of Richmond, it touches on my time in Western North Carolina, working in the factory.
Huh.
It talks about some people that live north of Richmond, Virginia, who I'm sure you're very well aware of, who make life a little more difficult than it should be. It touches base on human trafficking and the atrocities that, I'll say this. I sit pretty dead center down the aisle on politics, and always have. I remember as a kid the conservatives wanting war and me not understanding that, and I remember a lot of the controversies when the left took office, and it seems like, both sides serve the same master, and that master is not someone of any good to the people of this country. But I think one of the worst things that a human being can do is take advantage of a child.
That's a fact.
And I can't begin to conceptualize what has to happen to someone in order for them to think that's okay.
Disgusting.
And I think I drew the line on being quiet when I started to see that becoming normalized. And I'll leave that at that.
I'm not gonna leave that at that. He's makes a very valid point. It's more and more today we're starting to see that they're normalizing abuse of children, or sexualizing children, or putting sexualized material in front of children, and this is absolute atrocity, and it needs to be stopped. We the people, we the clear-minded, clear-thinking individuals in this country need to put a stop to this. If the people that we vote into office don't want to take care of it, don't want to take charge of that or to protect the kids, then by God, we need to do it. We need to do it. the American people, the decent people, the clear minded, the hell, I don't know, just that's I'll get off my soapbox. That's just something that frustrates me a whole lot. Is that to see this happen and folks try to make that okay? I mean, damn, if you're an adult, you want to have a sex change, have a sex change. You want to be trans. You want to be gay. You want to be you want to be a freaking Smurf, be a Smurf. I don't care, but do not put that on children, and do not try to say, oh well, this is what my kid wants, or this is what this kid wants. The kid that's 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old really doesn't know what they want. They have no idea what they want. Anyway, stepping down now, get back to this video because that's not what we're here for. But he kind of brought up something that really fires me up, and we have to fix that. Whether it be with votes, and if the votes don't work, because we know those rich men north of Richmond really don't give a damn, just as that song says. So anyway, back at it.
Becoming normalized, and I'll leave that at that.
I didn't.
In the last part of the song, it touches on
Thanks.
on suicide rates and really on mental health and depression and there's no reason why young men or women in this country should be committing suicide. There's obviously a problem. People talk about epidemics in this country and the homelessness and the drug use and the lack of skilled labor and the suicide rates. Those aren't problems. Those are symptoms of a bigger universal problem.
Right.
And
yep.
A lot of people know that. It's just common sense, but we don't talk about it enough.
Well, that's something we're lacking a lot of in this country these days, is common sense.
Those are symptoms of a bigger universal problem. And a lot of people know that. It's just common sense, but we don't talk about it enough. And maybe that is the problem today, is we just don't talk enough common sense anymore. We've kind of went a little off the deep end.
Message.
So yeah. I guess I'll leave it at that. I hope wherever you are in the world listening to this, and whatever it is that you're trying to do with your life, I hope that you succeed at it. And I hope, if you take anything away from me and the music I write, it's that this life is a beautiful opportunity. And
can be.
I don't care where you are or what you've done, where you think your life's heading. Everything can change in a moment. As long as you're above the dirt, you've got a fighting chance. And I'll say this and I'll go. I spent a long time being an angry little agnostic punk. And I remember talking about Sky Daddy and Cloud Papa, and I would get so angry about the concept of God because I had sort of perverted what my vision of God was, because I looked at the religion of man as God and not God himself. But there is a divine creator that loves you, and sometimes it takes falling down on your knees and getting ready to call things quits before it becomes obvious that he's there. But he's always there. You just got to look out for him and listen for him.
He seems to have a lot of pain.
So I'll see you on the next one.
But been through some stuff, and I think we're going to see that more and more in his music.
I'm really appreciative of you listening to my music and giving me a voice. So, Lord willing, this is just the beginning.
You're a talent.
Hope you guys have.
You are a talent. He is certainly a talent, and there's a big future ahead of Mr. Oliver Anthony. He's got a message. He's obviously been through some things. Obviously had a rough time through 2021 and on. And before that, that's his outlet being music. He's picked a great outlet for himself. A wonderful talent. Be sure and go check out his music. I'll pin the original video in the comments. I'll also add a link at the end of this video back to my review of uh, his new song, Richmond, North of Richmond. For now, I do appreciate you hanging with Hillbilly, and we are out.